In this video, I'll be sharing with you step by step how you can apply for a US visa. So whether it be a work visa, a student visa, or even a tourist visa, all visa applications are done using the DS-160 form. So what matters is the type of visa that you select when you're applying. Now, one thing to note, all the information used on this application is strictly demo data, so ensure you enter your information accurately. So with that said, let's get right into it. So you want to head over to the DS-160 form. The link is in the description of this video. Here from the drop down, you're going to select your location. Say I'm going to select Berlin, Germany. You can select whichever city is closest to you. Enter the code shown on the screen and select Start an Application. Here you're going to select I agree, then scroll down and ensure you save your application ID. You will need it when you're making the payment for your visa. Scroll down and select a security question and provide an answer and then select Continue. Now on this first page, you're going to provide your personal information. So you're going to provide your surname, your given names as shown in your passport, and if you have a full name in native alphabet, you enter it here. Indicate whether you have used any other names or alias here. Do you have a telecode that represents your name? Select what best applies. Specify your gender, your marital status, your date and place of birth. Very straightforward stuff. Then select Next. Here, specify your country or origin of nationality. Do you hold or have held any nationality other than the one indicated above? Select what best applies. Are you a permanent resident of another country or region than the one indicated above? Select what best applies. Here, enter your national identification number, right? Your social security number if you have one, or your US tax ID if you have one. Now, otherwise, if you do not have these information, select Does Not Apply and then select Next. So on this page is where you're going to select the type of visa that you're applying for. Note you can apply for multiple visa in one settings, right? So from the drop down, you're going to select your visa type. So if you don't know the different types of visa, you can simply research them or just use ChatGPT for a simple explanation. Now when you select business, pleasure or visitor visa, it's going to ask you to specify the type. Here, I'm going to select business and tourism temporary visitor B1, B2. Now have you made any specific travel plans? Whether you select yes or no, you'll need to provide this information, right? And then you proceed to provide where you'll be staying in the United States. So if you don't have a family or a friend or a relative, then you're going to put the address of a hotel or an Airbnb, right? Who's paying for your trip? Select who's paying for the trip and then select Next to travel companions. Are there any persons traveling with you? Select what best applies and then select Next. Have you ever been in the US? Select what best applies. Have you ever been issued a US visa? Select what best applies. Have you ever been refused a US visa or admission to the United States or withdrawal of your application for admission to entry? Select what best applies. Has anyone ever filed an immigrant petition on your behalf with the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services? Select what best applies and select Next. On this page, you're going to provide your address and phone number. So here I'm using my Jamaican address, so ensure you provide your correct address. Now, is your mailing address the same as your home address? Select what best applies. Provide your phone number. If you want to provide a secondary phone number, you can provide it as well. Have you used any other phone numbers in the last 5 years? Select what best applies. And here, provide your email address. Have you used any other email addresses in the last 5 years? Select what best applies. Now scroll down and provide your social media information. To add another, you simply select Add Another. Do you wish to provide information about your presence on any other website or applications that you have used within the last 5 years to create, share content, photo, etc. Right? Select what best applies and then select Next to passport. From the drop down, select your passport type, provide your passport number. If you know your book number, you can specify here. Otherwise, you can select Does Not Apply. From the drop down, select the issuing authority of your passport, because you can be in Germany and your passport was issued in, say, United States. Just saying, right? So here you're going to enter the information where passport or your travel document was issued, specify the issuance date and the expiry date. Have you ever lost a passport or had one stolen? Select what best applies. Then select next to US contact. Here, you need to specify your point of contact within the United States. So it's not mandatory that you are going to a relative or a friend or family, because the truth is you may not have anyone in the United States, right? So if you don't, then you specify the name of an hotel or the workplace that you are going to, right? Specify the relationship and then you provide your address and contact number. Once you're done, select next to family. So here you need to provide your father's full name and date of birth, and the same thing for your mother. Do you have any immediate relatives not including parents in the United States? Select what best applies. Do you have any other relatives in the United States? Select what best applies. Then select next to work, education and training. Now on this page, you're going to select your occupation from the drop down, complete the name and address. So if you're a student, then you're going to select student and provide your school information. Here, you're just going to provide the start date of that job or your school, provide your estimated monthly income, and a brief description of your duties. Then select next. Were you previously employed? Select what best applies. Have you attended any educational institution at secondary level or above? Select what best applies, then select next. Do you belong to a tribe or clan? Select what best applies. Provide the language that you speak. If you speak multiple languages, you can select add another. So I'm just going to remove this. Have you traveled to any countries within the last 5 years? Select what best applies. Have you belonged to, contributed to, or worked for any professional, social or charitable organization? Select what best applies. Do you have any specialized skills or training such as firearms, explosives, nuclear, biological or chemical experience? Select what best applies. Have you ever served in the military? Select what best applies. Have you ever served in, been a member of, or been involved in parliamentary unit, vigilante unit, rebel guerrilla group, guerrilla group or insurgent groups? Select what best applies and then select next to security and background. So here for the next 5 parts or next 5 pages, they're going to ask you a bunch of security questions. If you haven't had any run-ins with the law, then more often than not, the answers will be no. But take your time and read the questions and answer them accurately, right? So I'm just gonna select no for all of them to go through this application. So I'm now on page 3, now on part 4, and now I'm on the final page, part 5. And then select next to photo. Ensure you save your application so you don't lose your changes. Yes, continue application. Select next to photo. Select upload your photo. Choose file. Once you select the file, select upload selected photo. Select continue with this photo. So confirm the photo that you have uploaded. If you want to change it, you can select choose a different photo. Then select next to review. And on this page, you're going to review all the information that you provided for your application. I recommend that you download them and email them to yourself, so in the future when you plan to renew your US visa, you know what information you provided. So here I'm just going to select next, next, next. So take your time, review the application and ensure you enter all the information accurately. So here you're going to select sign and submit. Scroll down. If anyone assisted you, then you can select what best applies. Enter your passport number and enter the code shown on screen. Then select sign and submit application. Scroll down and select next to confirmation. Now you want to ensure that you save this page. This page, you're going to be taking it to the interview with you. So the next step is paying for your US visa. I'll leave a link to how you can achieve that in the description of this video. So that's it for now guys. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.